That's what I'll name it. Hey everyone, I'm Joe Fermano. Welcome to today's video blog. Let's get physical. Let's shovel. Hey, you stressed? You a little overwhelmed? Burnt out? Tired? I sound like an infomercial, don't I? Well, that's the way I felt this past week. I mean, sometimes it's just enough already. You're not a machine. Felt a little stressed out, a little overwhelmed with some obstacles and stressful things going on. Yeah, burnt out as well, and tired. So tell me about it if you're feeling that way. But I got some tools here today. I've got a snow shovel. Here we go with the snow again. I got a spade. I got a saw. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So the answer to feeling better for me, which I want to share with you today, is to do something. Here's my story. Earlier this week, when, like I said, I just felt like, I'm overwhelmed. I know I need a break, but I really can't take a break. You know, what can I do? And it's been bothering me lately because my car that's in the garage, that I can't get out of the garage because of all the snow we had, has a slow leak in the tire. And though we cleared out the first part of our driveway to get the other cars out so we could get around, the back part of our house, which is like 50, 60 feet by maybe, I don't know, 18 feet wide, and then another 20 feet was still full of snow. So the night before I said, you know what? I'm going to go in the office a little later tomorrow. I got a plan. I need to release this energy. I need to release everything that's in me and just do something different. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to take my time. And at this point, a lot of it's like ice. So I got the spade and I got the shovel. So I had to chop, 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 chop. And chop, 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 and shovel. Chop, 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 and shovel. Well, 3.5 hours later, and feeling quite accomplished and whooped, I knocked it out. The whole area. We're talking like 24, 25 inches of snow. It took me a while, but I took my time. I took plenty of breaks. I thought first before I did it how and where I would move the snow because it's a lot of snow. And the funny thing was, when I was done, yeah, I was tired, but I felt so good and I felt so productive. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're like me, and really a lot of your work is, you know, I'm working with people, I'm in an office, I'm behind the desk, doing something physical. I don't care if it's you got a pile of manure, a pile of dirt, and you take it and you move it from this pile to that pile, it makes you feel good. But what was interesting is while I was doing it, and as I took my breaks and worked myself through it, the answer started to come to me. The stuff that was on my mind, the things that I couldn't figure out at work and in the office, the answers came to me because my mind was on something else. And it just felt, you know, so good to do that, and I felt productive. Now, for those of you out there on a daily basis who do physical work, to me, well, then you do the antithesis. You do something totally different. You get physical in a different way. Maybe it's go off, go to a bookstore. Maybe you need to go to a movie. Maybe you need to throw on your iPod, listen to some music, and just be still. Maybe you need to go hiking. For me, it was the physicality of it. And it reminded me of a story. That's why I got the old saw. About these two lumberjacks working in Oregon. And, you know, every day they're out there and they're kind of like in competition with themselves, sawing down these monstrous trees. And the two guys, one guy just doesn't stop. He goes, doesn't take a lunch break, doesn't take a coffee break. He just works himself to death 10 hours a day. Sawing. And the other guy who's out there with him always seems to be more productive and cuts down more trees. And finally one day he goes, yo, what is it that you're doing? He goes, I don't understand. He goes, you take a lunch break, you take like a break every 20, 25 minutes. He goes, and yet at the end of the day, you've got more trees down than I do. What's your secret? What are you doing? He goes, well, I'll tell you what it is. While you keep going, I'm sawing. While you keep going and sawing, I'm sharpening my saw. I'm sharpening my saw. And I'm thinking about my strategy for which trees I can cut down that I know are going to work to my benefit. Do you hear that? The analogy there? Two things. Take your time. Sharpen your saw. Think about what you're doing. Take a step back. This go, go, go. A lot of times that's what we do in our life. We just go, 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 but we don't think about what we're doing. So if you want to feel productive, if you want to handle those obstacles and you feel like you got this quiet storm brewing in you, don't blow up. Don't implode. Explode in a way that's good for you. Get out there and do something. So sometimes just releasing that the physical nature of it by shoveling away, a lot of shoveling. Those answers came to me, and I also felt much better, and it cleared it. So what you want to do the next time this happens, just get physical. Just get. I feel like I should be in an aerobics video or something. Remember this? Anyway, don't let that quiet storm brew in you. Don't implode. You'll get sick, you won't be healthy, and you may regret the things you say and do. Do like I do. Get physical. Do something that releases a lot of energy. For those of you who are physical on a daily basis, then do the opposite of that. But you'll be surprised what happens. Forget the stress, the overwhelm, the burnout, the messages. To take a step back and to do something different, things will be much better. Make it a great day. It's the only day you've got. I'm Joe Fermano.